All right. Hey, I'm M. This is Dune Awakening, and honestly, so far, it's pretty good. Um, it would definitely be better with friends. Me playing by myself, there's something lacking there. But with friends, I could see how this is absolutely awesome. So, just to kind of get into it, it's a survival MMO with some RPG elements. It's kind of a mix match of like a whole bunch of genres. So you definitely have a class and it impacts the way you play, but you also are grinding mats constantly to try to get better equipment, and your equipment matters like crazy. Like it's not a like I level up, my abilities are more powerful, I can just tank these guys now. No, your equipment is super important. And it's definitely going a lot of directions all at once. I like it. It's interesting. So far, the story seems okay, too. It's like an alternate universe of Dune. I'm not sure exactly where it's going. I'm maybe like 2 days deep on this thing, and because of the grind to get mats, I haven't made it very far. Like, just getting a base set up and everything else, like, it's a little bit. But that's pretty much everything up front. It's fun. It's definitely funner with other people. 100%, I can tell you that much. There's some weird systems. There's some cool systems. The cooler ones, I would say, are definitely like the movement systems are neat. Like being able to rappel around and stuff. It's cool. Or like speed boost. There's other abilities that do that. There's other systems that are just weird. Like I have to find my class trainer and do a quest, and by the time I find my class trainer, like I don't even know where to go to find the second one, in all fairness. It was kind of weird, but now I have to figure out how to get enough gear to be able to go do the quest, because I already tried to do it and I just died, and it was pretty bad. I will say one of the big downsides right now is the combat AI of the enemies, and it feels like the enemy to ability scaling is just weird. Also, I'm not sure the shield, the shield that you wear or the enemies wear is just strange. I think it's lore accurate, but I don't think they like have the timing down for melee to make it accurate. Like, and weapons can overwhelm the shield, but you don't have those easily, and it takes a lot of bullets. So you're just in a situation where fighting can be a tad strange. And it's really easy to get cornered. You cannot run through enemies. They have collision on, which is another thing that makes it weird, because you can just get like trapped in a corridor by like four guys that are all throwing grenades at each other, but their grenades aren't killing them, or maybe they are. The combat's fairly inconsistent. Some things that are consistent are sandworms are consistently there trying to kill you. That's pretty constant. But let's start at the beginning. So early game, water is your friend and the sun is your biggest enemy. Like before you're fighting anything, that's what your life's like. It's stay out of the sun. Oh crap, I'm dehydrated. I gotta find some water. That's your whole gameplay loop right at the beginning of the game while you try to figure some stuff out. You gotta fight a little bit in there, but the enemies at the beginning of the game are like pretty weak. I mean, you can just kind of shoot at them. Also, aiming in this game is funky too. I mean, a little bit. It's weird. It's fine though. I like it so far. Once I kind of got used to it. Peeking around corners is inconsistent. I'm not sure how to change my shoulder, or it really should do that when peeking around cover automatically, but that's neither here nor there. So you end up in a boat where you're like trying to make your way through, and it's just you'll win some fights super easily and you'll lose others. Other players are terrifying, by the way, because they look just like enemies or they look just like you, and they show up out of nowhere. And so far, the only thing I've gotten out of them, even when I've tried to communicate with them in voice chat, is they crouch at me. Which I'm not sure if there's like a thing that I'm missing on what the crouch means. Like there's voice chat in game, but people can use that. It's push to talk. If you're using a controller, it's up on the D-pad. Just maybe people don't know that, but you can talk to other people. You don't need to be on Discord. Like you can just talk. Building, I hate building bases in games. I'm not. I guess it can be cool. I do the absolute bare minimum required to accomplish the task. I'm not a base builder. That's not my thing. I don't like to do it. I just like, give me my stuff. Let me go find a cave. I'll sleep it out of there. Like, I'm not really a base building guy. I can see some of the appeal to it from the survival aspect of the game, but I'm just kind of here trying to kill some enemies and get stronger and maybe have a cool gun. Like, the base building thing is just, I've never really been a fan of it conceptually. Like, if I wanted to play a build a house game, I'd play a build a house the game without all the other additive stuff. But that's neither here nor there. I can see why it's necessary for this environment. I just wish that I could get one of those still tents way earlier so that I didn't have to build a base, or that there were crafting options that didn't require a base, or I'm messing myself up and I just need to find a guild so that they already have bases. And that swings me right back to, this is definitely probably better with friends. Like 100%. Solo is rough. You really just don't have, with the limited use of abilities like in your loadout, like you just don't have the tools to like take on like I think 3 enemies, and they have to be 3 weak enemies is about my max before I'm running away, looping back around, and trying to fight them again. This is probably sounding like an absolute rant at this point, but I'm like 4 days deep on trying to make this video. I captured so many hours of footage to try to parse through just to end up using the first hour. It took me forever to get my head wrapped around how to play the game enough to even bother posting this. Conceptually, it's cool. The gameplay is leaving something to be desired, and everyone that I would be playing with for my personal life is on PlayStation, and that's a year gap on release. Potentially. It hasn't really been formally announced. So, which, for a game with controller support, that's annoying, because I can't play with my wife or like anybody else that I know, because they all play on PlayStation. So for a game that's better with friends, not having crossplay is definitely disadvantageous. The game is beautiful visually. Like, it's stunning. I like the way it looks. I like the way the atmosphere of it is. I like the fact that the sun can murder you. Like, that feels very in-universe and very cool. Yeah, I mean, that's... Play it. I mean, worst comes to worst, play it for a couple hours on Steam. You don't like it, return it. I liked it enough that I'll probably keep playing it. Also, my base runs out of power in like 12 days, so I'm kind of incentivized to keep playing it. And that mechanic is both good and annoying, because I don't want to lose my progression or end up having my base be one of these weird half-demolished bases out in the desert that, I mean, were convenient because I was able to use their stuff, like power them up really quick and then get stuff out of them because the door was like broken and they were completely abandoned. Like, that was kind of cool. But like the base ties you to play the game, because if you don't for a while, your base will run out of power, and then your base will essentially be griefed by the environment. And that's, I mean, I guess it's good for getting people to show back up and maintain their stuff, but it's also, I mean, that's an annoying mechanic from a player standpoint. Like, I occasionally have to leave for work for extended periods of time. Like, there's not enough power I can put in this base that it would survive if I have to leave for work for an extended period of time and won't have internet. Like I legitimately will come back and have nothing. My guy will be standing in the desert with whatever is in his pockets, and I'll essentially be starting from that point. And that's kind of an annoying mechanic. I feel like the game's trying to be too many different types of games at once. And I hope that in future patches some of that gets polished up and it makes more sense. But, you know, all in all, I give it, for a modern game, I'm going to call it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, like, yeah, there's some things I don't like about it. I don't like that, you know, the base stuff or base building. But that's a preference, right? Like, I don't like that stuff. But I'm sure there's other people that do. And the combat could definitely use some polishing. But for a game released now in the sea of trash games that I see out there all the time, or literally play for 30 minutes and return because they're so garbage, or I have to make a Ubisoft or an EA account in order to log into them, which I didn't realize when I bought it because I can't read very well. Like, in the sea of games that are like that, this is new and it's different, and some of that lack of polish is, I think, because of the ambition system-wise. Like, they were trying to make something cool, and some of the things that bug me about playing the game don't stop me from playing the game. Like, it's just something where they went really wide with it, and they tried to make it pretty deep too, in my opinion. And that led to something that's cool. I do think it's cool. I mean, this dungeon that you're watching me play right now, I mean, that was like an hour and a half. Like, just slowly clearing this thing and trying not to die while I'm worried about my water and all this other stuff. Like, it was tough, but it was rewarding because it was tough. Like, it kind of reminds me of, like, World of Warcraft from back in the day before everybody knew everything about it. Like, when I was a kid, firing it up for the first time, it's like, oh god, I have no idea what's happening. It's fun though. That's the impression that this game gives me. It's that same sense of awe of it being undiscovered and clunky. That clunkiness where things don't act the way I think they should is part of that feeling. So yeah, I think you should give it a play. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But I think you should give it a play. And you should definitely play with friends. Also, if anyone would like to be my friend, so I'm not solo in this thing suffering, just let me know. That'd be cool. Because, yeah, playing this game by yourself is rough. But, yeah, all in all, I liked it. I'm in. If you made it this long in the video, please like and subscribe. Or don't. Or if this video's trash, let me know. Because I'm honestly just kind of ranting at this point because I have no idea how to format this video, and I'm just throwing it out there because I'm running out of time and I have adult stuff to do. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time my schedule permits me to release a video on anything that I find interesting. Goodbye.